Mr. Haddo?
I'm Mr. Haddo. Madam Chair, members of the committee, thank you for this opportunity. I'm the Senior Fellow on Public Policy with the American Kratom Association. If I could maybe respond to some of the things I've heard, the American Kratom Association has filed more than 100 reports to the FDA for misbranded and poorly labeled kratom products, and the FDA does regulate them. They do take action, not as aggressively as we would like, but they do it. The FDA does today regulate kratom as a botanical supplement. It is not a drug. It is not patentable. It's a botanical. And so to say that it needs to be a prescription would require $5 billion with no outcome of being able to protect that market. So the pharmaceutical companies are simply not interested. It's not in GNC stores today because of fear of product liability suits because the FDA initially demonized kratom. Today, you heard the testimony, the FDA in a federal court said that they could not testify in court that kratom is dangerous because the science now has changed. SB154 is based on embarrassingly poor evidence and data and a failure to consider the overall public health. I don't mean to be offensive in that characterization. It was Dr. Brett Giroir, who was the Assistant Secretary for Health, who refused to accept the FDA's 8-factor analysis to schedule kratom. By the way, Dr. Giroir is a native Louisianan, graduated from high school down in New Orleans, and became the preeminent health officer in the United States. And when he evaluated the overall 8-factor analysis, which, by the way, Louisiana matches, and he said it was all based on the FDA's embarrassingly poor evidence and data. That's the consideration to be done. And Madam Chair, the answer to this question is ban the synthetics because we know that they are the ones that are causing these deaths. We know they're the ones doing the serious adverse events. If you want to study kratom itself for a year, we can bring in the world's experts on studies, $100 million in studies done by the National Institutes on Drug Abuse. And today, the director of NIDA says that kratom can be a very valuable harm reduction tool for people that are struggling with opioids, which is one of the preeminent health crises that we have in the United States today. The truth on deaths, every family should know the truth about whether or not their loved one died from whatever substance it is. But NMS Labs, the leading forensic toxicology lab in this country, now acknowledges that many of the death reports attributed to metrogene are inaccurate because they were not testing for 7-hydroxymetrogene in synthetic form, in its natural form. So 7-hydroxymetrogene, as it occurs in the natural kratom plant, has no safety risk. In fact, it contributes to the health benefits. But in a synthesized form, it is extremely dangerous, 20 to 30 times more potent than heroin. That's the solution. Ban the synthetics, let's study kratom, and let's see what the truth is for the next session.